Hello, fellow human! Welcome back to another Dank Doggo / Entitled Parents videos. What do you usually buy when you go out for shopping? Did anyone steal stuff from your shopping cart before? The first story is posted by u/moon1337. You are a capable young man, so I can grab whatever I want from your shopping cart. Details: I am 17 and live in the UK. This happened around December of last year. It happened in Little, to be exact. The cast: M entitled mom, EK entitled kid. My mom asked me to go grocery shopping because she was quite busy with something, and I agreed to go, so I went to Little. I spent around 10 minutes looking for things on the shopping list. I decided to get a treat for myself because why not? And so I got some thin carrot chocolate. Note, this chocolate wasn't sold at the till in this location. I finally finished finding everything and made my way to the till. I was in the line while using my phone, just minding my business, until this overly loud parent with her hyperactive kid, who looked around 8, came behind me in the line. You wouldn't mind letting us go in front of you, would you? I looked down on her cart, which seemed to be a lot more full than mine, and I decided I'm not in a rush, so why not? And I replied, sure, and subtly smiled. She thanked me and went on to go in front of me. My impression of this woman seemed normal until this happened. The EK said he was pointing to my cart. Mom, look! It's that chocolate that you promised me to buy next time we go shopping! Oh yes, darling, I just remembered. The M looked up to me and said, may I grab the chocolate bar? The little one has been eager to get it. Now, this chocolate is somewhat far from the tills in this location, and as I've mentioned earlier, isn't sold at the tills. Either so, getting a new chocolate bar for myself would have been a chore. I replied, oh, I'm sorry, I don't think I can give you the chocolate, it's quite far from the tills. Her smile quickly turned into a death stare, and she said in a loud voice, right, I don't care how far this chocolate is from here. Now, someone like you is more than capable of getting a new bar, so stop making George cross. I replied, I don't care how capable I am. I'm not going anywhere and this chocolate is staying in the cart. Now, there was a lot going through my head at this point, but I remember how the EK was reaching inside my cart trying to grab the chocolate. So I quickly grabbed it myself and held it in my hand. EK, Mom, the guy took the chocolate. Right, I've had enough. The entitled mother reached to my hand to grab the chocolate, but I moved in time and decided to go directly to the cashier and ask him to call a manager. Now, the cashier seemed to have witnesses everything, and so he informed the manager about what happened. No more than 2 minutes of me awkwardly standing and manager arrives. She walks up to the entitled mother and quietly asks her to leave. And the entitled mother kept trying to incriminate me somehow until she finally paid for her groceries and left. Me, the cashier, and the manager all had a laugh about it after she left. Now that I think about it, that scene wasn't worth a chocolate bar, but oh well. Dude, it's totally worth it. People like this need to see the repercussions of their entitlement for their own good. No need to stress about it. We have here the second story written by u/Nagel93. Can you use your vacation days to watch our dog while we take a real vacation? So first, a little background. This happened about 3 to 4 years after I moved out of my parents' house and have been living independently. Then one day, I get these strings of texts from my mom. Mom, hey, how have you been doing? What you up to 2 weeks from now? Me, I've been doing alright. I've started lifting weights and exercising more. I don't think I'm doing anything too exciting next week. Why you ask? Mom, perfect! Me and boyfriend are going on a trip and need you to house sit and watch the dogs for us. Me, sorry, but I can't just leave for a week. Mom, please, the dogs miss you and I'd really hate to put them in a kennel. Me, sorry, but I have a job. I can't just go missing for a week. Mom, why can't you drive to work from my house? Me, because it's a 2.5-hour commute each way. Mom, you have vacation days, right? Just use them. Me, no. Mom, please, I'd feel really bad about putting the dog's name in the kennel. You know how much she hates it. Me, you obviously don't feel that bad about doing it. Then I hear nothing from her until the day before they have their trip. Mom, hey, we're leaving for our trip today and I was wondering when were you going to be here? I want to show you something before we leave. Me, what part of our last conversation gave you any idea that I agreed to this? Mom, That is very rude of you and no way to speak to your mother. Now, can we expect you here by 5? And at that point, I just put my phone on silent and stopped talking to her. For your information, my landlord doesn't allow pets, so I couldn't keep them for a week. Also, the dogs went to the kennel and came out just fine. I like how his mother was extremely persistent and pretended to be deaf. Basically, what OP was saying was no, and she heard is yes. Next up, we have the third story shared by u/Jama I Can Me Scream. No, I won't move for my reserved seat. Your child is 23 and doesn't need to sit with you. So this happened to me yesterday and I just needed to share it somewhere. This is a standard M and EK and me tale. I was traveling on a train yesterday afternoon back from seeing some friends. I was basically traveling the entire length of the route with a journey around 9 hours going over 450 miles north. So yeah, a long time. I had a reserved seat for the whole journey, with the seat next to me switching from being reserved for some of the journey for an hour or two, then being vacant. At around hour 6 of my journey, the train was becoming very busy with families going home from the day trips out. The next stop saw the person sitting next to me depart, and a woman who was looking and acting as if the group of scraggy students like me and families with the little ones were far beneath her, got on with a woman who looked my age who were both looking around for a seat. The older woman, hereafter M, saw the space next to me and made a beeline for it, with the other woman, EK, in tow. This is the conversation that followed. M: Hi, I think you're in my daughter's seat. Me: Oh, really? I'm pretty sure this is the seat I reserved. Doesn't it say so on the display? The train I was on had an automatic display saying whether or not the seat was reserved. My seat said it was reserved from my departure station to my arrival, while the seat next to me said it next became reserved at a station about an hour away. No, the screen is gone off, and these are the seats for me and EK, now move! At this, I got out of my seat to look at the screen, which still said it was reserved, and quickly sat back down. Me: Nope, it still says it's my seat. The seat next to me seems free for a while if one of you wants to sit down. EK: Why can you just move? We are probably traveling further than you anyway. Me: Sorry, but I'm really not going to move. M, raising her voice to attract the attention of others: I can't believe you. You won't have the dignity to let me sit next to my child. She can't just go and sit on her own. Me to EK: How old are you? EK: 23, so probably older than you. You really should do what I say. I'm 21 and look it. Me: Seriously? I won't move from my reserved seat. Your child is 23 and doesn't need to sit with you. I was feeling petty, so rose my voice to mimic M when saying this. M: That's it. We're getting the staff. I will not be spoken to like this by a child. With that, they both left the carriage, and I didn't hear anything from any member or staff or anyone else. Though a lovely little old lady who was sitting across me said that she would probably have sworn like a sailor at M and EK if they'd spoken to her like that when they'd gone out of earshot. The icing on the cake was when the train stopped around half an hour later, so 2 stops after M and EK got on, I saw them both getting off and walking up the platform. It took everything not to give them a little wave as they walked past by. It wouldn't surprise me if they got kicked out of the train. Moving on to the 4th story shared by u/la not listening. No ma'am, you and your kids may not cut in front of me. So today, husband and I were feeling bored and adventurous and decided to make a pilgrimage to posh coffee bar in our city. We've been meaning to go for months, but never got around to it. We pull in the lot and it's packed. 10:45 a.m. on Sunday, so we expected it. As I'm getting out of the car, the mommy next to me is struggling to get 3 kids out of their seats while her husband stood by the front of the car watching, not helping. I hop out and excuse myself and walk into the cafe with my husband. Huge line. 2 more people came in after us, and then the mommy and her horde. She immediately start talking crap about the line. She complains loudly to her husband at first, but when he's clearly ignoring her, she decides to just complain to thin air. Why is this line always so long? God, why don't they have more staff? Why does every ducking person have to come at the same damn time? Ugh! She eventually asked the couple in front of her if she can go ahead because her kids are really hungry. Insert guilting sad face here. The Saints begrudgingly say sure, so now they're directly behind husband and I. She then says to me, "Excuse me, miss, may we have the spot before you in line? My children have been waiting a long time and are very hungry." With the nicest voice I could find, I said, "I'm sorry, ma'am. We've been waiting a while too and are also hungry. The line is moving faster now, please." I gave her a smile, and even though she was glaring at me, I turned back around only to hear her mutter, "Wow, what a tramp! Can you believe some people? How rude!" It took all my effort not to react. Husband is a conflict avoider. I am not, but I respect his wishes enough to not cause a scene in public when I'm with him. Eventually, she started telling her husband how they're always out of Mediterranean spinach breakfast sandwich she wants. And she better get it this time, or she's gonna be pissed. This is when I concoct a serious evil plan. I check my watch, it's 10:55. A minute or two later, it's our turn. Husband orders soy chai, and I slowly order my vanilla nitro cold brew with cream. Oh wait, no, not cream, sorry, with soy. And an extra pump of vanilla. Barista rings up as I check my watch, it's 10:58. I ask to add a Mediterranean spinach breakfast sandwich to the order. She says, "Sure, no problem." Give us the total. I'm digging in my purse for my wallet, and darn, I just can't seem to find it. More digging. Oh, there it is, finally. Hand her the card, wait for the receipt, and I slowly sign. Pack purse back up and say thank you and walk away. Husband says, "You're hungry? We ate breakfast an hour ago." Me, "No, I'm not hungry. Just had to do this." Him, "Do what?" I nod towards the mommy. Husband looks over. She orders her coffee and some juice things for her kids and doesn't even ask if her husband wants anything. Then it happened. "And one Mediterranean spinach breakfast sandwich." Barista, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, but we stopped serving breakfast at 11. We have all our lunch options today, though." Mommy looks at her watch and yells, "What? Are you kidding me? It's 11:02. Barista, "I'm sorry, ma'am. Company policy is to stop breakfast at 11. Is there anything else I can get for you?" Mommy, "Get your manager. This is ridiculous. You just sold one a moment ago. This is absurd." Managers came over, explained the situation, apologized, but refused to give that tramp a sandwich, bless her heart. Mommy retracts entire orders and stomps out, red-faced and yelling to her car. My husband was trying to hold back his laughter. Our order came up, we grabbed it, and I went back to the car. I'm unwrapping the sandwich and take a bite exactly as I'm trying to scoot around her, trying to strap her kids in again, and say, "Oh, excuse me, ma'am. I'm just gonna sneak by ya real quick." Ah, the Midwest. She's ducking, glare at me, the worst death stare I've ever gotten. I get in the car and unwind the windows ever so slightly. It's hot today, right? I slowly unwrap the rest of the sandwich and take a few more bites, passing it to my husband and back while she is screaming and struggling with her kids. And as soon as she pulled away, we burst into laughter. Today was a good day. Ah, yes, the good old classic petty revenge. Take that, Karen. On to the fifth story shared by u/Wimbley Pimbley. EP angry that I won't be her family IT guy at work. I work IT for a small company. I support about 25 people in total. Anything tech related owned by the company, and I'm involved in it. I like my job. Most of the folks working here are good people, even though some of them are very difficult to train on computers. EP is the middle-aged woman who, as far as I can tell, gets paid more than I do to do about 45 minutes of work a day, then she stretches it into a full 8-hour shift. She can't really even do that 45 minutes of work correctly most of the time, and I've had to come to retrain her on the software we use several times a month. EP also refuses to listen when I'm helping her with tech issues, and has something new to complain at me about every week. I'm told she only got the job because her dad and an owner of the company are all drinking buddies. Well, as annoying as EP is, I was able to mostly ignore her until this incident last week. I'm in my office working on something when EP comes in with a laptop, some cables, and an iPad. She sets them down on my desk and just looks at me without saying a word. Me, what's all this? EP, my son's laptop and my iPad are having trouble. Can you fix them? Me, sorry EP, I don't work on personal devices. If it isn't owned by the company, I won't work on it. You'll have to go to a shop or something. EP, oh come on, you fix this kind of stuff all the time. I bet it takes you 5 to 10 minutes tops to get them running. Then you can get back to whatever else you want to fix. Me, pushing the items back toward them. Sorry not happening. EP, turning several shades of purple and red at this point. What the hell is wrong with you? You sit around all day doing nothing. And when you finally came out of your office, it's to fix things that you obviously screwed up because you are incompetent. Just fake the ducking things so I can take them home and use them again. I don't know why the owner even keeps you around. You are so useless. Me, yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave my office so I can get back to my work. I go back to working on things and EP grabs her stuff and storms out, slamming my door behind her. I get a call about 20 minutes later from the owner asking why EP was demanding I be fired. She had told him that I had laughed in her face and refused to help her. She even said I threatened to never help her with IT problems at work again because I was mad. She called me out on being lazy. I explained what actually happened and offered to send the owner a copy of the camera footage of the entire incident since there is a camera overlooking my entire office. Owner requested the footage, so I sent it to him. I get in the next day and I realize EP isn't there. I ask around and apparently the owner called EP into his office and spoke with her about the incident. She tried to double down on her lies when the owner showed her the footage, including audio, and caught her in the lie. He then offered to let her take some time off to cool her head before coming back to work. But that, he would expect her to make an apology to me for her behavior. This enraged EP, who everyone could hear even so closed doors. And after some screaming about how awful a person I was, she stormed out of the owner's office, grabbed her things, and after screaming about how awful a person I was, she stormed out of the owner's office, grabbed her things, and shouted, "I fucking quit!" before leaving. So she's gone for good. The tramp was so unwilling to own up her poor behavior and apologize to me that she threw away a cushy job making way more money than she's likely to make anywhere else around here. What a ducking idiot! On the plus side, without EP here constantly complaining, I'm getting a bit more work done each day. Good old tech support being demanded to fix electronic devices for free. Great ending though. That's it for today, fellow humans. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.